Welcome back to the channel. What we're doing today is showing you a few little things that we're going to do to, it's like the bread and butter of upholstery work. Without these little jobs, like we're doing here, this is the things that you're going to need to know to up your income. And that's little things like that cushion right there. Hey, Jane. You hear Danny Hodges talking about me last night on his channel? Oh, it's a mess in here, but we're gonna take that, we're gonna take that one over there, and we're gonna take a few of these around here, and we're gonna do them as fast as we can. And we do a lot of this stuff in between jobs, like these right here. You see this board right here? We had to recut that because it was bad. There's the new one. I put a little paint on it just to try to make it last a little longer. But you see how the T-nuts tore it out? There you go. Jane. Wesley's rolling this stuff out. He's making sure we got everything. Hey, Bloomin'. Yeah, he's checking through it, make sure that we got everything. Sometimes what we do is even though we got a lot of material on hand, sometimes the customer knows what they want when they come out here. And like this right here, this looks, doggone it. Is that carbon fiber?
What it look like? Similar to me.
Okay, it looks like carbon fiber. I think it is, ain't it? It ain't carbon fiber, but no, it looks like it.
Yes.
So that's what it looks like. A lot of.
Hey, Bloomin'. Hey, Jenny.
This is boat seats. You know, this is like for boat seats. So it's UV resistant.
Hey, Philip.
And this right here is also. This is also. It's just a boxing, so we didn't need as much of it. I don't know if we need. I really don't know if we need that much right there, but we got it. So this is just going to be the edge, and it's also marine grade. Usually it's stamped on the back side, but I don't see it. But it did come out of a marine catalog, so they picked it out. And you see how shiny it is. A lot of times, marine vinyls and stuff will be shiny. Anyway, without going through this right here anymore, we're fixing to start on this. These are the patterns right here that we use on these. We even got the boards drawn out whenever we had to have a board. So whenever you do these quick jobs and you know you're going to do a bunch more, you need to go ahead and make you some patterns. Like this is the looks like the backrest, but the backrest don't look the same as what we're working with. So this is the board. So whenever you're gonna cut a board, it's already got all the holes in it and everything. This right here is the cover. So it makes it a lot easier. They kind of wanted to put their own spin on it, so I told them we'd do it. There's our plastics for the sides. This right here, golf cart back seat. So, hey, not stretching it out too long. We need to get this done because this is the bread and butter right here. need it. I told them we can make it look a lot better if we sewed lines in it and put some pleats in it. It would definitely look better, but without a doubt, anytime you stick a needle through the material, that's the weakest part. So the first place it's going to get a hole in it or tear, I mean, not right away, but eventually, that's where it's going to tear, is where that needle went through it. And we can put this one back up. So, after telling them it would last longer, they said just make it smooth.
Yeah, we usually use more vinyl than we do real leather. Real leather is more expensive. People don't want to spend the money.
Yeah.
Unless the interior is leather already, then they want it to match.
And you don't want to put no leather outside on no golf cart. That's for sure. Hey, but that customer really, really insisted.
They wanted to pay for it, we do it, but
It'd be getting left. I just wouldn't. It wouldn't have a.
I don't know how well it would hold up on a golf cart outside in the weather.
No, it would. It would. But if the customer insists, like that Harley Davidson seat back there, he wants leather on that. So we're going to. We're gonna put leather on. What is that? About $700-800 West for the motorcycle seat?
Well,
Something like that.
my assumption it was the seat. I didn't know we were doing everything that came with it. Speaker pods, back seat, all kinds of stuff he brought that I didn't know was.
Wesley did that.
Which
So
I can't keep up with what he wants anyway. He changes his mind. I can't keep up with it. Change the design. I want it this. I want it this color.
sometimes it's like that.
I can't keep up.
Wesley can't keep up with it.
I just work here.
Wesley said he just works it. Let me hold that one right there, Wesley. Since we don't have a pattern for this one right here, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make a pattern real quick. Go all the way to the edge, make sure that there ain't nothing on the edge. Sometimes it'll have on the edge of the material might have a little smooth spot, but this one right here didn't look like it had. If it was a really, really nice seat, I probably would square it up and all that kind of stuff. But we are talking golf cart seat. Okay. Here we go. Alright, so I'm just going to come right here and I'm just going to flip it up and look at it so I don't go too far. The reason that I'm cutting it this way, like if you see me go around the edge like that, that makes that lay down real good. I'm gonna go to right here, right there, maybe a little further. it over, get me a pattern. See how much faster it was for me to cut the other one out? I'm gonna come right here and make that. I want them to be just exactly alike, you know, so whenever I start it on one side, I can flip it over and do it to the other. So there's my pattern right here for this backrest, and this is the this backrest goes on the back. So whenever you ride in the golf cart, you're facing backwards. So we're gonna take that. I'm gonna stick it back on here like this. All right, just like that. I'm gonna come right here, and I'm gonna mark this right here. So I'm gonna make me a pattern to match this right here and leave it a ½ inch longer. Okay, just like that. Put me a T on it. I'm trying to see if that right there will go down if I heat it up. See, I don't want to put a seam in it if I don't have to, because we want it to look smooth without too much of a seam in it. And I think that one right there will work. Now the other one looks like it might have a little bit deeper seam in it. I'm not sure if that's gonna work. All right, here's my black. I'm telling you, whenever you're doing upholstery work, you've got to do these little jobs like this right here. Each one of these cushions is what, 125. So each one of these I stick together by my lunch all week. Put on that big curve. Make sure when you trace these out, because these are a little bit different. You can normally sew one of these up in about 5-6 minutes. So you want to try to just say like this piece right here. Put that for a minute right here. Let's say about 14 inches long. I think I'm gonna get it off this side right here. it was like 14 and a half. I want to make sure I got enough. Four and a half. 4.5. 9. You can always make this a little bit longer. That way, once you pull it back, you can trim it if you make it have excess and make it long. They picked out something different to start with, and then whenever I called to find availability on it, they said that was no longer available. That's another thing. Always check to make sure that you can get it. Because that's what, the third or fourth time we've done ordered some material over there with us.
Blooming wants to know if you've ever used electric scissors for cutting.
You know, I had somebody give me some one time, but I couldn't keep them sharp. I tried. I tried to use it. But I'm thinking that it might have self-sharpening scissors now. You know what I mean? Like that. You know how it is, but when you get used to something, you know? You just get used to it, and sometimes it's hard to break away now. But if I see that somebody is doing something different in this type of work, I will change. If it's better, if I think that it's better than what I'm doing, I'll change and I'll start doing it the way they do it. If it's better and makes my job easier. Come on, man. Whenever you do this right here, you need to come right here. There's that. There's that. So I'm gonna come up here. Put a T on the top. I'm thinking they was a little bit on the Georgia Bulldog side, so. Alright, so that right there is gonna work just like that. I can start it right there. They was a little bit on the Georgia Bulldog side, so this is black, and we're gonna take and put a red wet board in it. So normally, did I take my feed over there? Normally, I wouldn't put a wet cord in it. I would put I would just sew it, put a top stitch on it. Find my wet cord. There it is. Yeah. So normally, I wouldn't do it quite like this. You see my scissors wet over there, Norm? See how you get used to certain scissors like these. I got a little bit of thread in here. I'm gonna use it up. You can come on in. Huh? what he's saying, Wes. I
He's
can't
going
get
to the doctor. His foot is swollen.
your foot swole. What's going on? Is that right? Then I would go then. You gonna come back? Huh?
All I see is shoes. I can't tell.
Hey, don't forget your shoes. Come here, let me see.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit maybe, but it ain't. The camera's pointed over there.
Yeah, the camera's pointed at me. Let me see.
I don't see the.
Yeah, it is, ain't it?
Yeah, I can tell when you do that. Move the socks.
Yeah.
Your shoes or something right
Where
here.
you going? Okay. It could be that poison settling in your foot. I don't know. They're probably gonna give you a shot. So, yeah. Yeah, go ahead on. That's my grandson, Riley. Him and a friend of his decided to put up a trail camp in the woods. Well, his friend hollered out to him and said, "Run." So he didn't know what he meant. He was looking on his phone while he was putting up that trail cam. But then all of a sudden, that guy had stepped in a yellow jacket nest, and they had wrapped that dude up. And he hollered at Riley to run. And after they started stinging him, they decided to run. So now he's got maybe a little allergic to those yellow jackets that tore him up. And I tried to pick some of the stinger. It looked like a stinger in him yesterday. I tried to pick some of that out. He's swelling up. Alright, so here's the backrest that we was going to put on there. Put a few little relief cuts in there, make it go around that curve better. Okay, so that's what it looks like. This is the part right here. We're gonna put this I put a T on it for the top, so I'm just gonna start it right here.
Answer the question before you set that on. We got two of those. Can you use that as a pattern instead of cutting another?
They're different. Okay. Naturally, to make this right here lay down, I want it to look as neat as I can. You see, they do come that way, just with the bead like that. You can just put a bead in it like that. But to make it lay down, if you take and just put a top stitch on it, like this, it does help it to make it lay down a little bit better. And it don't look bad. It looks better, especially if you keep it straight. It does make you have to sew it again, though. All right. So whenever you sew that top stitch on it and pull that bead down, it just makes it look a little smoother, a little bit better, and it keeps your edge right here folded to the outside. Just sew you some relief cuts in there. I mean, cut you some relief, not sew. Cut you some relief cuts. Got our staples over there ready with. We're going to show you what this one right here looks like.
Run out on the bottom bobbin.
All right, we're going to put the top stitch back on this one. This ain't necessary. I'm just doing it because I think it makes it look a little bit better. I know y'all can't see me sewing this right here. Okay, we're going to take and put this right here on. That does, I mean, that really, it ain't carbon fiber, but it looks a lot like it. Okay, we're going to take this. See how easy that was? I usually go around it on each side, you know, just make sure that I get it all anchored down just right before I start going around it. Sometimes you can take and pull it too much, pull a wrinkle into it. So you got to just keep it uniform like this right here. We did put new T-nuts in there. So this right here, that's the part that I was thinking about, you know, is it gonna wrinkle or what? So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take this heat gun, put some heat on it. This right here can be your friend, or it can be your worst enemy. If you try to use it too much and burn it, you can. So you got to get it pliable where it's real easy to stretch. And that's what we're doing now. I want it to be smooth like this. Come on. It'll be all right. This does have a backrest to go over it. It's like a hard piece of plastic rest. You just take on the back side, just fold them wrinkles out. That's all you got to do. Because it does have a hard shell cover that goes on there. Just remember to cut out around your T-nuts. That's where the bolts is going to go in. Just like that. And that's basically what it's going to look like. You know, they just wanted something to break up all that black. If we'd have put a strip in the middle that was red, that might would have been pretty neat. But, you know, for cheap, that right there's good. And you see, that was what was on it. I even drew a thing out in case we had to have a pattern. I was showing them what it was going to look like. You know, how you go around it. So I was just showing them that's the way it was going to be. So they can have a kind of an idea. But like this one right over here, this is the one we already got the patterns and stuff too. If it was just sewing it together, this would be if we were just sewing it together, it would be I could do it really, really quickly. Right here where I put that together, I don't know if you can see it too good, but I did put it together right there. I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use the piece without no seams in it. And there's another wasted piece. So I'm just going to cut it off, throw that away. That's why I cut so many of these strips right here. Is because I didn't want to piece none of them together. That's probably right about there. Right. Here's our pieces. I don't know which one of them is the big. That might be the big curve right there. I don't know why that was put on there like that, but it was put on there big curve for some unknown reason. work out with.
Put it on there, find out.
Yeah. You know, not even looking or checking that, just kind of going by eye. Sometimes your eye might not fit, might not be just right. All right. All right. I think I got it, but yeah, I mean, you should probably fold it and go halfway on it instead of doing like I just done it. You know, if you fold it and go halfway, then you know that you've got it kind of in the center, but your curve needs to work out. And I put it just by eyesight of where I thought the curve was going to be. You can heat this right here up and pull it, get it real pliable and pull it on there, make it tight. Sometimes when we do these, if the armrests are faded really bad, we'll put some dye on them and make them look all brand new again. So I'm gonna come right here. This side needs to be exactly like this side. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna, because these patterns are just alike, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna mark it right here where I started on this side. They need to be just alike. If not, it ain't gonna work out real well whenever you go to put it on there. You don't want it to like twist like that, so it needs to be even. And this is the reason right here I started it. Right there on that curve, right here on this curve, I just thought I knew about where it should be. Maybe I should mark that plastic a little bit better on my pattern. So all I'm doing is just putting the top stitch on the edge of the bead. I could have went back and put it in red. It might would have looked a little better in red, but we know black is gonna match it. So they said their cart was bright red. Okay, this right here, when you put this, that's the way it was. When you put that board down, it might not be a bad idea to put a little bit of glue on it just to hold it in place. You don't want it slipping. You don't have to put a whole lot, just a little bit to keep it moving. All right, I think I got it in place about where it was. What's it doing the show? Right here.
Right there.
Where's it always at?
Right in front of you.
Right in front of you. You're looking for something, that's where it's always at. All right, so here we go. We're gonna take and rub it around a little bit and get it to fit as good as we can. Ain't that in the front right there, Winston?
You have to lean up, look on the board where the 3 screws are at the front that hold the. No. Yeah.
Hey, I may have it on backwards.
Remember the front's got the little chrome piece that goes in the 2 slots.
Yeah. I think it will backwards according to this. Make sure that you don't do what I just did. Put it on backwards. Okay. Darn. I got it. Make sure that you get all your slack out. I'm gonna heat these sides right here up just a little bit. We do want it to look good, as it can look. Don't want that obstructing the holes in there where that piece got to go. Holes to seat on. seen. I don't know if you can see how I did that, but I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you on this side. Take all the wrinkles out. You heat it up just like this. Where's my razor knife that way? Good. Good. You got any? Do you have any deal with that? All right. That's good. Yeah. Okay. You heat it up. You see you got a bunch of excess. If you pull that down, it's gonna have a bunch of wrinkles in it like that. So heat it up really good. We get these from China Freight. Cut out around the screw holes when I pull it tight. The next person takes this off, they're gonna talk ugly to us. Just to get that right there out, the wrinkle. Got it good and hot. I'm gonna pull that way and that way, the opposite way of the center. So we're gonna do just like this. Go back this way. Then you take your razor, if it's sharp, and you cut it just a little ways past the maybe a 1/4 inch past the staple. Just like that. And don't do like I do. See that staple right there? It's in the threads of the hole. So you take your pliers and you try to pull it out like that. And you come here and you cut around that hole. Because if you got a staple in there, it's gonna make that cross thread. It makes a pretty bad mess when you got to go and take it all loose, tap it, or take the side loose, tap that out, put your whole new T-nut in there. It makes it pretty bad. So we're gonna come back here to this side. Make sure it's tight. See about how far you're having to pull it right here. And you take all the wrinkles out. Just like that. This is not no hair dryer, y'all. I mean, if you got a hair dryer at home, you can do it with that. That thing right there will like blow fire.
The box right there.
They do make automatic staple guns, but I don't have one. I think they use a lot of unnecessary staples. Here we go. Pull that wrinkle right out. Pull it this way and back like this. If you don't have real tough skin on your hands, you might want to get some gloves. Okay, so there we go. This seat right here is covered. This is your bread and butter, y'all. That's $125 to do this job right here. So if you do the front and back sets, I mean, you need this excess right here while you're doing these big jobs. Because that big job, when that money, when it's taking like a week or two to finish that big job, and you ain't doing nothing but working on that big job, the money is good whenever it comes in, but when you're having to wait, for that job to be done, that's whenever I'm telling you, I know. I've been doing this crap 48 years. You have to do these little ones as fast. Don't quit on these. Don't stick these over here in the corner. When you stick these right here in the corner, that's whenever some things can really happen. Like the money flow stop. You got to keep that money flow going. All right, so there's that cover right there. I told that lady, I said, you sit on that right here with shorts on. Now when you get up, you're gonna have that thing on the back of your legs. It will on it.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if it's sitting in the sun, she may not sit there long.
Yeah, this right here. Yeah, I said, hey, they put light colors on these carts for a reason. You put this out here in the sun, and you sit down on it.
We got to put some more on that. I'm not through.
Yeah, you know it. Yeah, he's got these right here. This plastic guard right here, all it is to keep from knocking a hole in the cover.
The 1/2 inch is further back.
Yeah. And we usually stick these 1/2 inch. We do have a different staple gun, but these right here hold it good. These are stainless steel staples. We don't use no galvanized staples, and we don't use no varnish covers staples like they do in furniture. because this stuff that we normally work on sits outside. All right, one more thing. These right here. All that is a bumper where it sits down onto the cart. It's just like a piece of rubber. All right, and that's all it takes, just like that. You know, the armrest is next. Weston might go on and he might dye them armrests and make them look brand new, like clean them up. And this right here is where these it's a stainless steel.
They're in the bucket right there with the screwdriver. That's that small bit. You need the bigger one.
It fits it all right. I know, maybe. So these are just some stainless steel hinges. Makes it we take the seat off easy. Maybe that looks like that needs to be pushed down on the west. Just like that. Okay, and like I said, he's probably gonna dye the armrest. But once they dye black, they look all new all over again. I don't know if I put red on it, but their car's red, so they want it like that. So we do what they want. Alright, so that's gonna kind of wrap it up on doing the small jobs. You got to do them. If you're gonna, you can't put them off. When your customer comes in and he's got this big overall job, you need to tell that customer, hey, I got to do the little jobs, because that's how you're going to go to the grocery store, and that's how you're going to do all this other stuff while you're waiting on doing this other job that could take a week or two, unless you're going to work all night, and you don't want to have to do that. So I've worked all day, all night, all day, all night. For many years doing the same thing I'm telling you to avoid by doing the small. So we'll see you next time. Hope it helps. Thanks.